calculations are correct, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Gonna clean my room until I get high.
You think you know me?
On this day,
Won't you come see about me? I'll be
Welcome to Shooting the Shit with Alan Spit on the Big Alwoski.
Well, we got some stuff to talk about now, don't we? Holy shit. Yeah.
What was that?
So, man, I'm TJ Spitter. That's the Big Alwoski. We are here. Before we get into, now I have a whole completely different first topic. We're going to give the backstory. Chris Vant, what's up, my guy? Peace and blessings. Hey, side note, Chris Vant, can you reach out to me? I'd like to have your wife on the Spin with Spitter show in regards to addiction and recovery, sir.
Jennifer is so cool in supporting us. I mean, even before Chris became part of the show, she was already supporting us. But his wife to be, actually, they're getting married on the beach this coming weekend. So
Nice.
congrats right there. And he says it's going to be live. So we get to watch it on Facebook or whatever. So I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Sweet.
It's either this week or the weekend after. Chris can correct me if I'm wrong, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
So you had something you wanted to say to our fans, subscribers, supporters. And then I want to dig into the backstory to my buddy, though.
First and foremost, thank you for the 300 people who have subscribed to our YouTube channel. We just recently hit, over this past weekend, 300 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you to everyone who supports us. All right, whether you watch because of Around the Turnbuckle, whether you watch because of Spit with Spitter, whether you watch because of Home Team Sports, doesn't matter, because what matters is each and every time we come on here, we're doing it for the sole purpose to entertain you, take you away from life for a half hour or an hour and talk about something important and near and dear to our hearts, whether TJ's talking to somebody about addiction, whether TJ's talking to somebody about basketball, or whether TJ's talking to somebody about music. It doesn't, or all the above. It doesn't matter. And then me, if I'm interviewing local wrestlers, or if me and the boys are talking sports on Tuesdays, it doesn't matter. What matters is that's all we've ever wanted to do, is take you away from life for a half hour or an hour and just enjoy yourself. This was birthed between me and TJ and our good friend Chrissy, and we all brought this together, and it's been an amazing journey to follow with my brother alongside me at, each and every step. He was gone for a while because he had to be, but he is back.
Been a long time. I should have left him without a dope pod to step to.
Oh, there he goes. You just got to let him go when he's getting that way, all right? You just got to let him go. You just got to
Can we
let him
talk
go.
about how luxurious my curls are today?
They're very luxurious. Yes, I will have her hit you up, and the wedding is May 22nd. She will be hitting you up. Let's talk about the Sixers meltdown. No, let's not. All right, my buddy, go ahead.
No, I think you should preface the backstory.
One last thing about the subscriptions. 300's great, but we're shooting for 1,000 by the end of this year. So if you can do me a favor, if you're a subscriber already, thank you. Share this post. If you're not a subscriber already, it takes a button click. We don't ask for donations. We don't have a Patreon. We don't have nothing. All we do is what we do for you. So all you can do for us is click a button. Click the subscription button, and you'll get each and everything. Every time we go live, you'll get notified. So you're doing yourself a favor. Here we are. All right. That being said, my buddy.
My buddy.
As some of you know, but most of you don't, when we were children, TJ and I grew up next door to each other. TJ was very good friends with my brother, Matt. my brother Matt had a My Buddy doll, and around that time,
we both got My Buddy dolls for Christmas.
oh yeah, there was that, yes,
which is diabolical to say the least, by Marianne and Colleen. But go ahead.
because right around that time, a little movie called Child's Play came out, in which TJ and Matt, as young as they were, found a way to see one way or another. In Matt's case, I don't know about TJ, but in Matt's case, Bobby had gotten a hold of, my brother Bobby gotten a hold of a copy on VHS, brought it home from somebody's house, popped that sucker in at 1 a.m. when Colleen and everybody was sleeping upstairs. And I kind of heard it. So I crept downstairs with, what are you watching? Oh, it's Child's Play. So we sat in front of the TV, right up, like, at the bottom on the floor, looking at the TV, watching Child's Play. Next thing you know, we hear somebody come down the steps. We turn around. It's Matt. Matt's like, what are you guys watching? It's Child's Play. Come check it out. So he sat with us and watched Child's Play. For the better part of the next week and a half, 2 weeks, he had nightmares each and every night about his My Buddy doll coming to life and killing him. And let's be clear. I and my brother Bobby are guilty as charged at making that My Buddy doll seem like it was living, Elf on the Shelf style, like you all do nowadays, moving it around when it shouldn't be moving around. That's not where I left him, he kept saying. And then if he'd wake up screaming in the middle of the night, it's because Bobby would put him right at the foot of his bed, sitting straight up and staring at him when he woke up. So that's where the My Buddy thing comes from. And that's why it was at the end of that intro.
And needless to say, almost burnt down my whole garage disposing of my Buddy doll. We're not doing this. You're not going to come to life and kill me. Oh, no. See you, pal.
So that's the My Buddy origin story.
It still haunts us to this day.
Right.
Ridiculous.
So
well,
Chris Fant wants to say, hey, what's up, Urban Legend?
Urban Legend. Man,
the
Sixers are either really fun to watch or really not.
Yeah. So
let's go back a little bit. First and foremost, shame on Doc Rivers for keeping your players in with a 16-point lead.
Mm-hmm.
That affects everything going into the series. Then we could talk about Joel Embiid getting robbed for MVP. How do you feel about that?
Well, you got to understand that if you talk to anybody who's a Philadelphia fan, they're going to say he got robbed. That's not to discount what Nikola Jokic does.
Right.
All right. He's a phenomenal player. One of, if not the best in the league. But I've said this many times. They should wait to vote for the MVP at the end of the season, not at the end of the regular season, because the Denver Nuggets, last time I checked, aren't anywhere to be seen. Right. So it was the MVP. Okay, he makes the Denver Nuggets better.
Sure.
But he doesn't – what does it get him? It doesn't get him anywhere, okay? So you past 4 years in a row, Greek Freak, Jokic, right?
Mm-hmm.
4 straight years. I believe – and this is – I know you guys are all saying, oh, he's a Philadelphia Sixers fan, so whatever. But take that aside, I believe that this is complete bias, especially this year. Bias by the media who votes for these things because they are biased against the East Coast in general. They're biased against Joel Embiid in general and Philadelphia in general because he is a product of the process that they did in order to get him. And so he's the villain in this situation. And they're never going to award him for, they're going to punish him for, and it's not his fault. Plus, they say, oh, and all I keep hearing from Chris Fant and everybody else is that Jokic plays almost every game. Embiid doesn't. Okay. But Embiid this season played more games than he ever has in the prior seasons that he's played. And without Joel Embiid, the Sixers aren't where they are right now. And I know you're saying, "Oh, it's a meltdown." Chris called it a meltdown. It ain't over yet. All right. Game 6 is tomorrow.
It's
in
about to be
Philadelphia.
over. It's about to be over.
But there's going to be a 7th game. I think there'll be 7 games. Miami might still win. Okay, fine, because Embiid's hurt, Harden's not doing anything. Maxi's kind of cooled off. I mean, what are you going to do? Doc Rivers is Doc Rivers. They're going to get rid of him. He's already packed his bags and on his way to LA anyway.
When do we start holding these players account? Harden, for example.
Well, that's another story. That's another story because that guy.
What happened to you?
They were so excited to get him because they were tired of the whole Ben Simmons thing that they kind of got wrapped up with that. They were like, "Oh my God, these guys." Stephen A. Smith said it the most. He said, "In the future, the Nets are going to profit more from this trade than the Sixers." That might be true, especially if the Sixers get eliminated in this round right now. Because I don't think they're going to keep Harden then. I really don't. I mean, if they do, they might rent him for a year, but they're not going to give him a long-term, 3-year deal or 4-year deal to keep him around while Embiid still, got whatever he's got left. They brought him in thinking if they get even some of what Harden used to be, they're going to make a run this year. Well, they're like everybody's saying here, they're about to be eliminated from the second round. So what? What now?
I mean,
and even if they do win tomorrow and win game 7, they got the freaking Celtics. I'm watching that game tonight against Milwaukee, and they're going, but Alex Horford, what is he, 100 years old? He looks like he's hit the fountain of youth.
Greek Freak done pissed him off, boy, and now he's playing.
Jokic had the better year, MVP, because he made his team better. His whole team was injured all year and still made the playoffs. I agree with that. That's true, but I'm still saying that, of course they vote for playoff MVP, but those are two different things. I think that the vote can be swayed if say Denver, what if Denver was healthy and they made it to the NBA Finals, okay, against the Sixers, and those two guys were your 1 and 2 for MVP voting, right? And Embiid took him on one-on-one in its best-of-7 series, and the Sixers win the title. Where's your vote going then?
That kind of negates the Finals MVP and the playoff MVP.
Right. So, I mean, that's the thing. That's where the debate lies. The debate lies if you're a Sixers fan or if you're from if you're Philadelphia media, you're saying Embiid got robbed. If you're a fan of anybody else in the league, Jokic is the man.
I'm not a fan of Philly at all, and I think Embiid got it.
Well, you're the exception to the rule.
Study the game.
You're the exception to the rule.
Who do you think is going to come out, and who are the two teams you got going to the finals?
At this point, it looks like to me it's going to be Boston and Phoenix.
I agree. If Boston gets past Milwaukee, they go to the finals.
They'll take out either one of these teams. Yeah.
And I think Phoenix is just all year consistently plays great basketball on both ends of the floor.
Their defense is amazing. They've been the healthiest team in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they're firing on all cylinders. It's theirs to lose. I mean, I know that these Western teams that are left are going to give them a handful. Golden State will give them a handful. But I think they're going to pull it out in the end. I think if it's Golden State and Phoenix in the finals, in the Western finals, I think that's going 7 because I think that's how even those two are.
Yeah.
And, Steph can take over a game, and we know that, but
so can Booker or Chris Paul.
Correct.
Yeah.
There it is. So, and you know what's funny about this conversation? I love having this conversation with you because 2 years ago, I didn't know dick about the NBA. I gotta give a shout out to you and to my son Alan, because you got me all wrapped up in this thing, and then I ended up going to my second ever, because I went to one when I was teenager, but
Right.
second ever NBA game, and now I'm all into the playoffs. You think I'm watching hockey? No. I'm just saying that playoffs is going on too right now, and the Stanley Cup playoffs are fun for a lot of people, but it just doesn't hold the water that the NBA does right now.
Right.
For me, I'm saying.
We got some exciting news on your end, though. We're gonna run through these topics. I'm not here all night. I'm not
I know.
Here
You
for a
don't
long
get paid
time.
for
I'm
that.
here for a good time.
Correct. All right.
Super exciting news for you. Bucket list stuff, living the dream, to say the least.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. A long time coming. Long time coming. You getting choked up over there? You tearing up? I love this for you. Low emotions.
When I started around the turnbuckle, this was not my intention.
Right.
It was just a hobby. It was just something to do because I knew we'd have fun with it. Whether it took off or not, I didn't care. How many people ended up watching us? I didn't care. I was curious to know if we had 50 or 100, sure, but I wasn't upset about it if we didn't have a lot. So I was just having fun. What it has led to, interviewing these wrestlers, meeting these people, getting a reputation around at least my state of the podcast to come to when you want to talk about just you, your career, where's it going, where do you want it to go, like all that cool stuff for all these independent guys. Because without these independents, without WXW and PPW and 3WA and SWO and CCW and all those, without all that stuff going on, these wrestlers don't have anywhere to go to try to make a name for themselves, build their brand, and try to get signed and do this for a living because that's what they want.
Right.
Each and every time. Now, guys that have been doing it for 10 years, 15, 20 years or more, those guys now realize, okay, we had a dream once, but I still love this business, so I'm going to try to make it better by bringing in them young kids and teaching them how to do this. And I love that. I love that. Just imagine former NFL players still being able to physically play with the younger guys and teaching them how to do it better.
Right.
In pro wrestling, you can do that because they don't, it's physical, but it's controlled physicality. And so they can wrestle well into their 40s. Hell, The Undertaker wrestled till he was 50 years old. That being said, what it has led to is, first and foremost, then Chrissy put us in touch with Stevie Ray, which was awesome. I mean, that was a dream. If it had ended right there, I was good because it was like, wow, we're doing a podcast for like 6 months, and boom, 6 months later after we started in May of 2020, and in December of 2020, we talked to Stevie Ray live. Okay. Right. I'm still in shock by that a year and a half later. So that led to meeting guys like Dino Sauna. That led to meeting guys like Mean Mark Mest. And that led to meeting guys like Ryan Vox, who gave me the opportunity of a lifelong dream of mine, because I always pictured myself Howard Finkel. Matt called me. Matt. And you know, Matt, how often do we hear from him?
He doesn't have a phone.
You know what I mean? If he had a show on 2M1L Media, my mom would be a subscriber. Just saying. But anyway.
Don't do mom like that, bro. We all know who her favorite is.
Right. If he had a show on here, just imagine his show, you know? It'd be like, I don't know, Thursdays with Matt. Hey, everybody. I'm Matt. My first guest is Officer Brad Kisselbach. Brad, how you doing tonight? I'm doing great, Matt. How are you? I'm fine.
Yo, And just like text messages, he wouldn't respond to any of the comments.
No. Ah, snap. That's right. I wish I was full time doing this. Exactly, Greg. Greg, Thundercat in the house. All right. So
You take the long way to get
I
to
know. I'm
the
sorry.
announcement.
I know. I'm sorry. I followed. All right. So I got invited down to a show the last Saturday in April. I got invited down to a show in Hamburg, PA, in the historic Hamburg Fieldhouse, where Roddy Piper and Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant and Bob Backlund and many others all wrestled in that building. So it's a historic place. It's great. Just being there was cool, but being able to stand in the ring where they stood, I was shaking. But I got through it. And I got that monkey off my back, and I thought, okay, I did it. Go to the back, and they say, for your first time, that was pretty damn good. And then I walk into the back where the wrestlers are. There's 12 of them standing there all clapping like that. That got to me. They care. They care. They knew it was my first time. They wanted to show me support. That's how they did it. That's awesome. Little side note here. About 5 minutes before I went out there, I was sitting and I had my head down and I was just kind of going with my thoughts. And there was a guy there by the name of Kevin Kelly who used to work for WWE. When Mean Gene Okerlund used to do the announcing in the back with the wrestlers, the interviews, he left for WCW back in the 90s. And Kevin Kelly kind of took that role over. He was the new Mean Gene in the back. The reason why he was there, he was doing a seminar for wrestlers and announcers and whoever wanted to listen to him. And he comes up to me, he says, "Hey," I look up, I say, "Holy shit, it's Kevin Kelly." I said those words out loud. I'm like, oops, I said that out loud. He laughed and he goes, "Are you the ring announcer?" I said, "No, she is. Destiny over there. I'm just doing one match." He goes, "Well, then you're the one I want to talk to." I'm like, okay. He talked to me for 10 minutes. And in that speech, the thing I remember the most is he said, "Are you nervous?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Good." I said, "Why is that good?" He said, "Because if you're not nervous, you wouldn't care.
Right.
You wouldn't care about this business. You wouldn't care about the people back here, the wrestlers. You wouldn't care about those fans sitting around the ring. You care. So just go out there and have fun. If you suck, you suck."
Right.
They're not going to remember it. And you'll have that nervous monkey off your backs. And then the next time you do it, you'll have confidence. You'll already have done. Friday, July the 22nd, at the Hamburg Fieldhouse, Quarantine Wrestling. I'm announcing the whole show.
Major.
It's a dream come true. And who knows, if I do well, the right people are watching, I might get to do it a lot more.
Right. Exactly.
Gotta have those nerves, bro. Congrats. Thank you, Thundercat.
I mean, to be fair, like, all right, so one of my buddies is having a little get together on Friday. Shout out to Famous Tattoo Works. Eli G is having a Friday the 13th party. He's having bands, food, etc., etc. He had asked me to come out and rap. I don't rap anymore. I don't rap anymore.
I know you don't. And
I say all that to say this. The last time I was on stage, I was equally as nervous the last time as I was the first time. So, yeah, you're right. Greg is right. You got to have those nerves. It shows that you care. You love what you do. You love what you do.
And I'm going to kill it.
I'm proud of you. I'm not, man. I know you're going to kill it. You're made to do this. Kidding me? Yeah, I'm gonna have you ring announce my funeral.
Oh Jesus,
ladies and gentlemen.
I'll do a speech, but I'm probably going long before you, pal.
Listen, I'm probably gonna live forever. Just
But you ain't
forever.
gonna you ain't gonna rap at mine, are you?
No, I told
Okay.
you I'm done rapping.
All right.
I told you I'm done rapping. I got some great guests coming up for Spitting with Spitter.
Cool. Let me hear it.
I got Jules Roderick coming up to discuss his AAU team basketball that he started. I have DJ Sev One from Las Vegas coming back to discuss some mental health and what he's been doing with himself.
Fabulous.
I got a gentleman in the addiction and recovery field who just got his master's degree and is moving on to work in the field. His name's Mike Torres. Man, I'm happy. I'm excited, bro.
That's awesome.
I'm excited, man. I'm just trying to stay out the way. Catch some highlights of these playoff games. You know.
Yeah, Boston had it well in hand when I came up here to join you. So I'll go catch the end of the game and see how it goes.
Chris Van, do we got a score on the Boston game right now?
Oh, he's watching. Yeah, Chris Van. What's the score? What's the score of the Boston game? Boston.
This Sunday, work permitting, if I have free time, there's a walk for recovery at Louisa Moore Park in Bethlehem. Battleborn's putting on there. I had Chris Yarnell and Jordan Scott on last week discussing it. Should be a good turnout. It's to help the addiction community and give back to the community. I'm for it. So, thank you.
Oh,
hey, yeah, thanks, cuz.
Todd Signatures. What up, cuz?
And thank you to you. I had reached out to Todd the other day. I need a favor, and he came through in the clutch, and I appreciate that.
Man, we got 3 different scores here. 3 different people did it 3 different times. Chris had 90-79. Todd had 86-79. Greg had 86-79. What's up, cuz?
Love it.
Yeah, we're here. And in case you just joined us, I'm going to repeat the news that we have 300 subscribers in 2 years. We have been doing this for 2 years, 300 subscribers. Our goal isn't even close. We want at least 1,000 by the end of the year. So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, it's 2M1L Media. You're probably watching on Facebook. Just go to YouTube and watch it there. Same difference.
Right. And if you're going to fuck up your data on YouTube, do it on or on Facebook, do it on YouTube.
Thank you, Greg. But we just scratched the surface. I want 1,000. I want 1,000. We don't ask for nothing from all you. We have shows each and every week. Every Sunday night at 6 is Around the Turnbuckle. Every Monday or Tuesday night at 7 is Home Team Sports with me and Big Chris Fant at least, and maybe some others. And TJ has his show every Wednesday. This thing here, Shooting the Shit, pops up whenever we feel like talking about something. So we never know what we're going to say. I was just talking about my buddy at the beginning of the show. Who knows? We're talking about Matt and his future in podcasting. I think he's got one. He might be a little monotone. He might just sit there and stare at the camera and say, Heather, is this thing on?
I'm not responding to that. Yo. We're going to see him at the next cookout. He's going to be pissed.
Aaron's graduation party. By the way, if any Fosses watch this, please send this Aaron's way and Kathy's way and Stevie Foss's way. Congratulations. Happy graduation, Aaron Foss.
Congratulations.
Can't wait to party with you and celebrate it in July. We will be there. Hear that, Kathy? I'm RSVP and a positive for the Big Alboski. There it is.
93.79.
What do you got now?
Do we have anything else to get off our chests?
I don't know. Do you?
Oh, real fast. Let's hit the headlines today for you young kids watching. I just seen Jennifer Vance comment. Yes, Jen, let's set it up. I'd love to have you on.
Yeah, right here. So she sees it right there. Yes. And Greg, that Mother's Day photo was taken several years ago. I was rather inebriated at that time.
So to all you young rappers out there, I seen this hit the headlines. 2 rappers, I'm not mentioning their names, got picked up on gang and RICO charges. RICO is the organized crime law. It's a federal indictment. To all you young kids out there making videos with your little guns and your stacks of money and you're throwing up gang signs, and I get it, it's a part of the culture. Don't let it be, because they will hem your ass up, and the next thing you know, you're doing 10 to 15 behind bars because you like acting cute on the internet. It's not cute. It's not funny. Your life is worth more than any gang sign that you're throwing up. My little public service announcement to finish tonight.
This message was brought to you by Warren Septic Service. For all your septic needs, call Matt Amy.
This is exactly why he's the favorite.
Why?
Colleen does not put up with our shenanigans.
I was here first.
Primary example.
He's a police officer.
It's Mother's Day. I do the whole Mother's Day text, put up the picture, whatever, and then text mom, hey, listen, I have a picture of you dancing on a table that I can use next year. She did not find it as funny as I found it.
I found it funny. I saw that message.
Yeah.
In fact, I called her on Mother's Day to wish her a happy Mother's Day because I knew I wasn't going to see her. And she mentioned that comment. So she did find it funny, but she might not have commented such.
Yes. It landed. And that's why I'm the second favorite.
It landed. It landed. Anything else, sir?
No, that's it, I think, man. Tune in to 2M1L Media for all your entertainment needs.
Please, Sunday nights around the turnbuckle, 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Home Team Sports on Tuesdays at 7. My man here is on Wednesday sporadically, usually in the evening, but you never know. He's had shows at noon. Just stay tuned for updates. Follow him on Spittin' with Spitter on Facebook. But subscribe to that YouTube channel, guys. It takes a button push. A button push.
I'm not asking you to subscribe to my OnlyFans, right?
I mean, it's amazing. On 2M1L Media's Facebook page, we have 700 followers. How do we have 700 followers on Facebook, but only 300 on YouTube? So if you're a member, or if you're a follower of the 2M1L Media Facebook page, but not a subscriber to our YouTube channel, why?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing? Like, why? I appreciate the support. So if you haven't already, and if you are a subscriber, share this video out, like this video.
Yeah. Let's get to it.
And we're going to keep it going. We will keep it going, but we need the support. All right.
Absolutely.
That's all. And I hope you guys, thank you guys for inviting us from 2M1L Media into your home. And unless my brother's got anything else, I'm going to go finish watching the Celtics game. Love you guys. Keep it going. We love you too, Chris Vant. Brother, you have single-handedly helped Home Team Sports stay afloat. So I appreciate you to the max. And I can't wait to see you and your soon-to-be bride down in South Carolina in August, because I'm going to be in South Carolina in August, as you know. TJ doesn't know that, but I am. So I'm going to get to hang with him. I'm going to get to hang with the Vance. Yeah. You know, he comes back to Peaburg every Turkey Day. And I'm like, man, what the hell? I got a heart from her. There we go. Love you guys. I can't wait to watch that video. I wish I could be there live, but I hope you guys have a wonderful, beautiful time on the beach. That's where you guys, that's your happy place, and that's where you guys live. And I love you both. Thank you very much for everything. Mom, I was only fucking kidding, so don't be texting me in about an hour saying, I watched your video with TJ, and what's that bullshit about Matt? You shouldn't make fun of your brother on the internet, Alan. Blah, 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 blah. Does he call you back? 2 days later,
All right. We are out of here.
Yeah, we're out of here. Peace and blessings to everybody. TJ, I love you. You know that.
Love you back. Hit the button.
Are we doing an outro or are we just ending this shit?
Hit the button.
Okay.